In January 2023, we left our friends and family and headed for the Amazon jungle, selling everything that we had and arriving with just our bags in hand. It took us several months, but we finally were able to get our residency cards. In February, a short-term mission team came from Glen Meadows. It sure was wonderful to see some familiar faces, and doing ministry alongside each other was amazing. We had a chiropractic, VBS, reading glasses, general medical care, and dental work. They let pretty much anybody pull teeth around here. As the team headed back, we started to realize that we were about ready to say our goodbyes. It was really hard to see them leave, and when they finally said their goodbyes, we looked at each other and said, well, just the two of us, time to get to work. Immediately, we started working on getting the mission boats ready to start heading down the river. Jim worked tirelessly for hours and hours trying to get the boat ready so we wouldn't have to use public transportation. But lo and behold, we did, because we still had work to do. The public transportation ferries are so luxurious. You should see the bathrooms. They're nothing short of a 5-star resort. The toilet seats have no lids. You don't get to flush your toilet paper. And the best part is you get to shower with river water. And here we have Jim enjoying the 5-star services of the salon and spa. Just because they're big boats doesn't mean they don't get tossed around by the storms. In May, God provided a smaller 414 mission boat that we were able to launch into the water. We like to call this one Skippy, mainly because it economically skips down the tributaries, making it easier, especially when the water is a little lower. When we got to Cochiquinas, we began doing work on the mission clinic. It turns out the dishwasher was working, and Jim found out that he is an electrician. Although when it's 100 degrees outside and 110 in your house, you find out how sweaty you can really get.
That's disgusting.
Thanks to some donors, we were able to get solar panels on the mission clinic. And rain or shine, we were able to finish the water catch system. With 118 inches of rainfall a year, this is a must-have, and it's amazing how fast you can fill your water tanks with just one rainfall. Of course, when it does rain, you get to do your laundry inside. Jim began discipleship with just a few guys on the porch, and all of a sudden it began to grow. He began with learning the books of the Bible and then began going through Genesis. When we began praying for a translator, God provided one who was right next door to us the whole time. She's an English teacher at the local Cochiquinas school. At the last training we had, we did the 3 Circles Gospel Training. We had 25 pastors and leaders from all around the area. We commissioned them to go out to their communities and spread the gospel, and we can't wait to go back and hear the fruit that came from that training. With the help of some of our donors, we were able to share over 100 Bibles in the jungle this year. Coming back to Iquitos, after several months of waiting, we got to see the main 414 mission boat get launched into the water. This was made possible solely by our faithful donors to 414 missions. We like to call this one River Runner. It gets us safely up and down the river without having to stop at any sketchy villages for gas. It also keeps us out of the storms, as they like to sneak up on you once in a while. In July, we had some very dear friends and board members come visit us. We didn't plan on it, but they helped us do a water purification training in one of the villages. Jessica got to use her skills and help train them on how to safely sanitize their dishwater, properly clean their hands and their dishes, helping them not to get sick as they normally use the river water to cook with and clean with. This was a perfect segue into doing the Hayes water purification trainings. It allows them to drink even the river water. 414 Missions has been gifted with 24 additional units by Hayes Water Purification System. Our goal is to train 24 more villages in 2024. We were able to get permission from the Cochiquinas city officials to begin training students, teachers, and parents on water purification and sanitation for the students.
Don't hesitate. It's been a blast. It's been fun. It's been fulfilling. It's been a blessing to us more so than than what we were coming to do here. So sounds selfish, but it's been awesome.
Please be advised that some of the images to follow may be sensitive to some viewers. This past year brought many heartbreaking situations. The health care in the jungle is far from adequate, and many people suffer for years not being able to get proper medical care. The best thing that we can do is just pray for mercy and healing over these precious people that God has given us a heart for. We may not be able to change their living situations, but at least we can plant seeds to help change their hearts. Even if that means getting knee-deep in the mud with them, trying to help them harvest their fish for the season. And don't worry too much about us. We're staying hydrated. It may have been a long year, but the mission clinic is 90% complete and functional. The hardest part was saying goodbye to our Cochiquinas family. The Amazon River water level fluctuates about 45 to 50 feet a year, so when the water got too low, we had to head back to Iquitos. This means nearly 200 miles upriver through whirlpools the size of an average bedroom, and debris fields that consist of full-size Amazon trees, including the roots and all. After 3.5 weeks in the jungle, we were pretty exhausted and ready to get some much-needed rest in an air-conditioned bedroom. We thought we'd get some paperwork and newsletters and videos done and prepare to go back to the States, but God had a different plan. You see, true to form in our lives, God always tends to come in clutch in the fourth quarter. And this time he did not disappoint. Little did we know he was just getting started. He threw us into a full court press, giving us an idea of what 2024 is going to look like. This is a story we could never write on our own. Matter of fact, I don't even think we could make it up. All I know is we're in for a wild ride in 2024. You see, he heard our prayers back before we even came into the mission field, and one thing we know is that when God answers yes to one of your prayers, he answers in a really big way. So sit back and enjoy this tiny glimpse of what God revealed to 414 Missions for 2024.